Death on the Nile is a sequel to Murder on the Orient Express and is once again directed by and stars Kenneth Branagh. During his vacation to Egypt, Hercule Poirot must investigate the murder of an heiress while aboard a cruise ship on the Nile. So between this movie, Morbius, and Top Gun Maverick, I believe these are the final three movies that were originally supposed to come out in 2020 and got delayed all the way to this year. As a fan of Murder on the Orient Express, I was looking forward to Death on the Nile, though I was disappointed when it got delayed again and again. And now it's finally out in theaters for all audiences to enjoy, but I will admit, it's quite odd that this movie was released in the month of February. It feels much more like a Thanksgiving/Christmas movie like Murder on the Orient Express that was released in the middle of November in 2017. The holidays always feels like the best time to release whodunits and murder mysteries. So how does the sequel compare to Murder on the Orient Express? Well, I enjoyed the first movie, and for the second time in a row, I had a really good time watching this. Like Orient Express, my favorite part of the movie is the cast led by Kenneth Branagh, who knocks it out of the park, is absolutely stunning as Detective Poirot. I cannot get enough of this actor playing such a unique character. The level of difficulty it takes to play a role like this is something most actors could never pull off. Kenneth Branagh, I want to give you a round of applause. I want to see you play this character again and again because you are so entertaining as Detective Poirot. Now, something I liked more about Death on the Nile over Murder on the Orient Express is the movie's intriguing setup. The first movie plays out more like a strangers on a train setting, whereas in Death on the Nile, we're introduced to this couple played by Armie Hammer and Emma Mackey. Then their friend Gal Gadot actually gets together with Armie Hammer, causing Emma Mackey and Armie Hammer to break up. Those two get married, and clearly Emma Mackey's character is very unhappy with Armie Hammer and wants revenge, or so seemingly she does. So I think the premise of the second movie easily beats the premise of the first, just because you can kind of see where the plot will go. Will Emma Mackey's character be the murderer in the movie? Are they going to set it up like that? Or will they have plenty of twists and turns to subvert our expectations? And of course they do in this film. I've heard critics praise Death on the Nile cinematography, and while some of it is beautiful, in particular the shots that were taken on location, a majority of the cinematography in this movie is outright CGI, which pisses me off. Movies that use CGI too much don't really look that good, and in my personal opinion, I think the cinematography for Death on the Nile in about 10 years will no longer hold up, if it even holds up now. It can be tough to get into the nitty-gritty of Death on the Nile story because of that overuse of CGI. It is so annoying how so many studios overuse CGI in 2022. Use less of it, your movie will look so much better. However, the movie is absolutely still really entertaining from a murder mystery aspect. The whodunit story of this movie is on par with the first film. They do another good job from an entertainment standpoint with the murder mystery storyline in Death on the Nile. I'm always on edge. I want to see who will end up being the killer. I love these types of movies. Clue, Gosford Park, Knives Out, and now the Murder on the Orient Express franchise. I can never get enough of movies like this. Everything taking place after the murder in Death on the Nile glues you to the screen. I have to credit Kenneth Branagh's directing. Someone who can both direct and star in a good movie, I have to give that person all the credit in the world. Kenneth Branagh is so talented, and people are starting to finally recognize just how good this guy is at his job. But the reason why I prefer Murder on the Orient Express over Death on the Nile is because it takes some time before we get to the actual murder in the movie. In Murder on the Orient Express, it probably took around 30 to 40 minutes before we saw the demise of Johnny Depp's character, whereas in this movie, for Gal Gadot, her murder takes place maybe within an hour or more. That's one reason why I'm docking points from Death on the Nile. Plus, the murderer themselves, no spoilers, but they're not very good at their job. There's only one or two times in the film where they try to pin the murder on somebody else, but the person they pin the murder on is the last person that this person would want to pin the murder on. How stupid do you have to be? This person is not good at all all at being a murderer. You'd think they'd at least try to frame another person on the ship, but they don't even think that far ahead. They just hope that the detective does not figure out who the murderer is. So despite still being an entertaining movie from a murder mystery aspect as well as from the cast, especially Kenneth Branagh, who once again is amazing as Detective Poirot, it does take its time to get to the murder itself, and the murderer is not one of the smartest people in the world. This is still a good movie though. I had a blast watching it in the theater. I could tell the people around me too were having a really good time watching Death on the Nile. I'm giving Death on the Nile a 70%. Alright, for those of you who also saw Death on the Nile this weekend, what did you think about it? Did you think it's as good as Murder on the Orient Express, maybe slightly worse like I thought, or did you think this movie was complete crap? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know down below in the comment section, and of course, as always, if you are new to my channel, click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.